Hey everybody, it's Susan Lynn, Psychic Medium. I'm walking a trail here, and yeah, still have my companion, so if the video gets jerked, if the camera gets jerked out of my hands and I go flying down a hill, you'll know what happened. But anyway, I wanted to chat with you for a minute and just let you know that as I was walking this trail, which is quite beautiful, that I picked up a woman who wanted to talk to me. Her name is, I'm going to say her name is Elsa, because that's what I can say, but I also want to acknowledge that there's an accent here, that she has an accent, and it's very strong, like Elsa does. I can't pronounce it, whatever it is, how she pronounces it, I can't really pronounce it. So she just wants to say hello. She's quite friendly. I believe she's Dutch. She's telling me she's Dutch. And she was a pioneer. Her family came here to America through New York. Maybe that's Ellis Island, I don't know. But she says she came in through New York, landed, came on a ship, landed here with her brothers. She has a younger sister and two brothers. There was an extended family, apparently. There was also a nephew. Not sure about that. Somehow she has a nephew that's younger. So she's making me see that there's a younger sister, a younger nephew, and two older brothers. And also that she's telling me, I think she's telling me she was 14 when she got here. They landed 14. They spent some time in New York. They tried to make New York work. It was dirty, she says. The city was dirty. It was unclean, meaning unsanitary. What she means to say is that it was not sanitary. And there was an outbreak of something like cholera and a typhoid also. Lots of illness, she says. She became a nurse. She was there, I think she was in New York for about 2 years. And she became a nurse because it was a job that they needed. A lot of women could become nurses. And she says she just comforted people. There wasn't much she could do for a lot of people. But she comforted them, and the ones that were going to live got better. And the ones that weren't going to live didn't. And there wasn't a lot that she could do. But she says what she did do and she felt good about was she comforted people. She helped them with their symptoms, with their fevers, and kept them clean. She wants to again say that it was just a very unclean place. It was shocking to her. First of all, it was also shocking the number of languages and the number of different kinds of people that were there. They found some other Dutch people, but not many. There wasn't enough to make a community, she says. And anyway, it didn't matter because, you know, they were working. They were literally, all of them were working, doing something. Even the youngest nephew was selling, I think he was selling newspapers or some kind of thing on the road or on the side of something. Everybody had a job. Everybody was expected to bring some money, however small, back to the community. And she was very lucky. She was educated a bit in where she was from. I don't know if that's Netherlands or I might get it in a minute. I don't think it's the Netherlands. Denmark, maybe? Anyway, she had quite a bit of education. So she stood out, right? She was a quick study, smart, easygoing. She could get along with anybody. And so yeah, she did this nursing. So anyway, here we are. I'm in, this looks like New York right here to me. Looks like upstate New York. But I'm actually in Colorado. So her family, after they stayed in New York for a few years, I think 2 years maybe, they decided, the whole family had to decide together because this was a very dangerous undertaking. And they lost somebody on the trip over. I think they lost, I don't understand the nephew thing. I see that there's a brother who has a son. Maybe this is a great nephew. This might be her father's brother's kid, not her sibling's kid. Because when she got here, I see that her brothers were childbearing age, but just barely. So anyway, and this kid feels like he's like 8. So anyway, they decided to, she's showing me, they saved their money, they scraped and scraped and scraped and scraped, lived as simply as you can imagine. She says no nothing for the holidays. They couldn't afford an orange, couldn't afford fruit. I don't know. She's showing me mended socks for the holidays, like not new socks, but mended socks, like maybe used socks that have been mended. Again, there was no frivolity here. Fruit was frivolous. Keeping your body warm and dry, that was important, right? So after 2 years, they decided that, heck, they made it across the ocean so they could make it across the West. So here she is visiting me now in Colorado. Now, she was headed for Washington State, is what they thought they were going to go to. They like to be on the coast, actually. So I'm in kind of the middle of Colorado somewhere. Why is she visiting me here? They stopped here. They quite liked this place. It was very fertile, bountiful. They liked it. They didn't like, I don't know, she's talking about barren, like maybe like they like the trees, they like the water, they like the running water. This felt good to them. So I think they put down roots here. Elsa. I cannot pronounce her name. Ilsa, something like that. Anyway, they put down roots here. They're not, I could go into their last name, but she doesn't really want us to discover who she is because she likes the mystical, magical part of this experience. She likes that. She says she'll come back if she may share her name with me, her last name. Heck, I don't think I can spell it. I can't spell it. It's got consonants in all the wrong directions. Anyway, they put down roots here. I think this was, I feel like this was like 1870, 1875. She really did miss home. I think her grandmother stayed behind or something. So, yeah. But she learned to love it. She liked the winters here. You know, it felt, I don't know, there's parts, somehow this reminded her of home. I don't know. She never made it to the coast. I'm gonna wrap this up. She did get married. She found a husband, or he found her, and she had a family. She became a teacher. Oh, that's cool. She became a teacher. I'm sorry, I'm stuck. My dog, interruption here. Yes, this one has wrapped herself around this tree. She seems happy about it, but she's stuck. Therefore, I'm stuck. So, I'm going to end this video pretty soon. Could be worse. Trust me, it really could be worse. We've had some adventures with her so far. Okay, she became a teacher, one-room schoolhouse, what did I tell y'all? 1875? Is it possible that she could have lived? Well, she lived into the 1900s. Oh, and she says, right, there was no sickness here, right? There was not really any sickness, any typhoid or any, it was just cleaner. Oh my God. She said, look, we had land, we had livestock like goats. They had goats, nanny goats, billy goats. I don't know what that is, what the difference is. She had, they made goat cheese. They drank goat milk. Goats were very hardy. They were small, not like, you know, bigger livestock. They did have horses. She had a son and a daughter. She just had the 2 kids because she was the original working woman, she says. It's funny. She wanted to continue to teach. She didn't want to have 6, 8 kids. She wanted to be active and smart and thinking. And it was her goal was to train up people that would go off to college. Like if she could get somebody educated and help them go to college, that would be her goal. Or, you know, even if it was a woman, it didn't matter. Like if she went off to be a teacher or to be a nurse, or she didn't believe, she had very different beliefs about what women could do and what men can do, especially in regards to intellect. You know, she says, look, I understand that men are stronger. I was pretty strong, but, you know, I understand that men were stronger in my experience, where I lived and what I did. Women did a lot of dangerous things and did a lot of heavy duty things, but we really didn't have the same strength. But she said, no one is going to tell me that we weren't as smart. She says, I think we were smarter. This woman's she's got some kick. She says, we're smarter than men. She says, we certainly have more common sense. That is awesome. So she says she knows that I have to go. She wants to thank me and you for visiting with her today. Cheese. I said goat cheese, yeah. I don't know. She's a talker. It depends on who you get. You know, they can be a talker or they can be pretty quiet. She was a teacher and she was a talker, and she wanted to start. This was not the right place, right? This was a frontier land, but she wanted to start a university or some kind of school for nurses. But she did try to train midwives. She did a lot of things. She was a very busy woman, hence only the 2 children. She said they put down roots here. They don't have a big family. Some of her other family members scattered about. Her brothers went on. I think one brother went to St. Louis. Another brother stayed in Colorado. Her sister also went, she's saying east of St. Louis. I don't know what that means. She went kind of back east, I guess is what she's saying. Like Cincinnati, I think, Cincinnati. She says she had a great life. She loved it. She loved it here. She said this was as far as they went, and she was very happy with this. And she says it wasn't too hard to get here. Oh, Kansas. Oh, that's what she's talking about. Kansas was like flat, I guess. I've never been, but I guess it's not very much, no mountains, no, it was boring. She says parts of her trip here were boring. So when she got here and she saw the mountains and the trees and the rivers, she thought, this is great. Okay, I'm going to end this video, you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Much love.